All right, how we doing? So this is my second video. I'm doing the long version. Now I ran across this article here because a lot of stuff about the guy I'm about to tell you about has already been put out. I think people are doing this kind of like milking the system, kind of chopping it up in the more, I don't know, meticulous parts and things like that, really to expose this guy. I think a lot of stuff that has already been said, but this is kind of a different, subject here in a different light. So I want to get right into Dr. Umar Johnson. And we spoke on this before on this channel about in a more, how can I say, detailed manner about the property. As you know, that he's raised all that money for 15 years, and for a school in which he did not open. Okay, doesn't look like the school is all open, and he ended up scamming a lot of people a lot of money, and a lot of women are complaining about him. And he's obviously have a lot of family issues, and then issues with his mom, okay, and things of that nature. And this guy's still out there doing this, thing, asking people for money. Just to recap on things. Well, allegedly the school is up for auction, is being auctioned off. And there was a guy that was willing, another brother that was willing to write a check to help Umar Johnson, to help him with a way out. Marquette Burton. I spoke on this guy on this channel that was willing to at least give him enough to get out of the liability. And Dr. Umar Johnson has not responded. Now you have another guy, some borderline redneck, and I'm gonna make a video about that. That's gonna be a separate video about that. That is willing to pay good money, but he wants to lowball because they feel like the property up in somewhere around Wilmington is not up for standards or whatever for a school, or really for anything. It's really an old school type property with the outdated codes and that kind of thing, okay, in which I guess the city looks at, and this owner, they feel as though it's really not fit really for anything. And what this guy's going to do, I think he's going to pay probably good enough money to buy the property, and I guess maybe he'll look at it as some type of real estate deal and things like that. And whatever he wants to do with it, that's what he's going to do with it. But there's going to be, like I say, more detailed video about that, separate video, okay? That's if Dr. Umar doesn't respond. But it seems like this guy is very serious. Some white guy, redneck, borderline redneck, is very serious about buying the property and pretty much making it into rubble. While I got you on video here, this comes from Uncle Mike Music Recording Network by way of Yvette Karnell, okay, which I looked her channel up, and she does a lot of content, which I think she had contributed. Oh, and by the way, Marquette Burton contributed as well. But this young lady and Shay Duke Jackson, okay. Yeah, we be pissing. This dude be annoying me with that intro. What's good, everybody? It's Shay Duke Jackson. I got in trouble, man. I think I said something and must have pulverized him or whatever, hit a nerve. He did block me off of his live stream back in the day. But he be all right. But hey, I got to tell you though, truth is truth. He did put out some real stuff, okay? These two individuals that basically roasted Umar, okay, for making a lot of promises that he could not keep, okay, things of that nature, where both of them was saying the same thing, where number one, the guy didn't really have any kind of team or anything. The dude's always on tour, always booking seminars and that kind of thing, asking for money, but never at the school. Okay, both of them were saying that. All right. Trying to think what else that they were saying. Just between that and the monies and things of that nature was not used or inappropriately used. Instead of probably putting things, repairs in the buildings and that kind of thing, building codes. The money wasn't really used for anything. And I know Yvette, Miss Karnell, it felt as though that he didn't have any intentions from the start. Okay? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? She was pretty much grilling this dude. And as well as Shay Duke Jackson. I think he felt as though if Marquette and also Uncle Mike felt the same way too. And I feel this way, that if Mr. Burton had bought the school, not only would they find a way out, but they would have kept, whatever business between, us, people that look like us. Okay, but being that if this building ended up getting auctioned off to, this white man, then it's kind of like a thing where we pretty much have sold wolf tickets for people that look like us, and it makes all of us look bad, which it doesn't. But they're looking at it, okay, is where if we're not really respecting each other, then we're not going to get any respect from any, other ethnicity when it comes to business. And he's right, you know what I'm saying? And really, it's going to really start in our own community. While we're talking about, he's talking about Dr. Johnson, that is, talking about the FDA and trying to do things, that kind of thing. I don't know, Pan-Africanism. And he doesn't really want to account for anything, okay? Anything I just told you about in the intro. Instead of probably accounting for it and maybe just being like, hey, look, you know what, I messed up, but maybe, I don't know, he could do some classes or try to donate the money. This guy wants to do a million man march in downtown Wilmington. You know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff. Okay? Calling everybody that look like us a cool. Putting, people that will speak against him or people that will question him in the book of this so-called Book of Negroes, and say that the white man is being racist among him or whatever. Okay? They're saying that they're in the Klan. Okay? For his mistakes. Okay? When he really only has himself to blame. So it takes a whole village to raise a child, ladies and gentlemen. And, with him opening the school, it takes a lot of people, a lot of different tentacles and things of that nature. And it's not going to be one man that can open a school himself. And actually, he's had help to open up a school for free. I mentioned that with Lord Umar, okay, that he had his father-in-law to do it, and he still wouldn't try to get any help. He rejected it. Okay, that kind of thing. People argue, or Shay Duke Jackson argue, that he didn't have any business sense. I beg to differ, because on an interview with his nephew, right, that Umar Johnson had helped open up a charter school for his nephew in Philadelphia. So yeah, he knows what opening a school is about. He has a limited amount of business sense as far as helping, at least to help to open the school. And he has the connections, as he puts it. This is Dr. Umar Johnson, so he knows better. And let me not forget, the nephew. This is what Uncle Mike's quote, and I'm gonna make a video about that once I get the empirical data. I look at the podcast, okay? And add a curriculum that he worked on and got it approved either by the state or the Department of Education, right? And try to help out or ask Dr. Umar Johnson, right, to be like, hey man, why don't we try to go along with this curriculum and things like that. And dude didn't even bother to even answer or whatever, or I think that he just was all like uninterested. Okay? Won't even help or whatever work with his own damn nephew. Now his nephew was able to do a curriculum And this guy doesn't even have any kind of curricular or anything, any end game or nothing, other than scamming people, scamming women, single mothers, and older folks, things of that nature. People that really don't have a clue about opening a school. All they want to do is see if they put the money up, they want to see the school open, which didn't happen. So this turns out to be another disappointment to the community. So I'm gonna end it right there, y'all. Okay, check out that video for yourself. These are other three wonderful individuals. I just told you about the references, and there'll be more content, trust me, coming on this particular matter, and we'll have other matters where we'll, talk about on here. Thank you for your time, and you guys have a good evening, a wonderful day, or wherever you are.